just tossing out the link. I don't know if very many people are going to join in because it is 7 in the morning. But that's part of why we're doing this, because nobody else is streaming right now. Closer. Then we'll kind of tweak stuff from there. Assuming that I'm doing this right, I've never streamed to YouTube from OBS, only recording it or streaming on Twitch, so this is all new to me. And honestly, I spent a lot more time like fiddling with the little scenes and stuff. See how it goes. Hello, Rixia. I hope I'm saying that right. I've never actually tried to say that out loud before. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm just posting the link where people might be interested. And assuming that the game audio is working, you're hearing Shivers in the background. Closer. Okay. That's easy enough to tweak. I turn that down a little bit. And I can easily adjust it more if I need to. That's like the weird, I'll switch, like that's the weird attract mode thing that's in Shivers that's running in the background there. But I made a little still image for when I switch around, because every time I change systems, the windows for BizHawk are all different sizes, so I set this up just as a little, to hide the shenanigans in the background. And if I need to tweak it later, I will. Closer. Like I was saying before, I'm used to doing this on Twitch, not on YouTube, so I had to kind of go and learn how this actually works. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and switch over to the actual game here. Which I've already seen a lot of items have been sent. Like, I'm just going to scroll on the tracker here. Like, I have so many keys and puzzle pieces. So usually what happens with Shivers is that I start out and have like 6 checks outside, and then I can't get inside until I get a specific key. And that's not going to be the case this time. I do appreciate that the little, on my actual Shivers window, there's a little green thing right here that says connected to Archipelago, and I'm glad that it's not actually showing that on the window here, because it's annoying. but it's there. Alright, so this is Shivers. It's a point-and-click game, and you start out, and your friends are jerks, and they lock you inside this museum that a bunch of people went missing in. And so normally you start out and you need to get inside the museum, and each of the hints to get in is a check. And then if you don't get a specific key, then you're stuck in BK until you get that. Well, that's not going to happen today. So this letter is not important, but what is important is behind it is this number 29 that's a hint. And is my tracker showing that? Because I'm not actually seeing that it sent a clue out there. I'm going to go ahead and come up here. Usually come up this way. There's a hint here. I'm still not showing the clues pop. There we go. Looks like I just took a moment. All of a sudden the hints all dropped in all at once. I don't know if that was just like Archie being slow or something. There's these 6 symbols that are spread around that you have to look at, and those are all clues. It'll be checks. And this is a door that you normally can't go in the game, but Archie does have a key that'll open this door, just as a secondary way to get inside, so you don't get stuck outside forever. Which I'll probably find that key, because I think I set my YAML so that I would have a way to get inside locally in my game, but I've also got the keys that are going to let me get inside anyway, so I go back here. There's a green symbol. The green symbol was a Goron tunic. Then this one is tricky because you have to turn around to see this one behind you. I don't know how you originally would find that one, because when you're going the other way, you can't even see that this thing is here. And there's another here on this bench. And then this is first of all, there's a hint right here on this lid, but also the 29 that we saw in the mailbox is your hint for this puzzle. So just solving that's a check, and then doing these gears will be another check. I figured I'd start with Soten because, or start with Shivers because this is probably the game that the least amount of people here know. Raz and Buttface have played it, but I'm gonna move my window on my screen here so I could. I'm having trouble reading the checks, so I had to move stuff. So doing those gears made this bridge that appears here, and then you can come in, back out. And there's one more symbol here, which is an ice trap for Jocelyn, because of course it is. And those 6 symbols that we found are the solutions to this puzzle. You don't actually need to find them to do the puzzle, but they're all checks, so why wouldn't I? Oh, I went too far on that one, so I gotta flip it around again. So you come down here, normally in the game, when you flip this switch, it turns on the lights. And you turn on the generator here. And then normally this door that you just came in locks behind you, because it's normally a one-way path, but Archie, they've disabled that. I really like the background music here. It's got this, like, thumping heartbeat feel to it. Alright, sometimes there's bats here. That's bad if you're speedrunning, but there were no bats. It's too bad I'm not ever going to have a speedrun record at this. Okay, you come in here and there's a body over here. And he's holding a book. He's also got like a storytelling clue here. He draws a symbol that you're supposed to recognize as you play the game. So this book has a couple of puzzle solutions to it. Notably, there's a puzzle solution on page 17, which is missing. But grabbing that is a check. Everything that every book and stuff that you find, which go in your flashback menu,
your memory
is a check. So we've got the intro movies. It isn't because it skipped that. But every time I find a book or see a video that they want me to refer back to, that is a check. Now this boat, you have to flip it so that it can go the other way, because the guy that's dead over there used the boat to get over here. So I have to unlock that side so that I can open this side, and I can turn the switch. If for some reason you come from the other direction because of Archie shenanigans, the boat will go over there. I'm not sure if that's something they did. And we're going to get a little jump scare here that's going to probably be super fast. My theory on those animations is that when you're playing it on an old computer, because this is an old game from the 90s, the animation would be slower because it would be tied to your computer speed, and they just don't know how to adjust that to work on the modern system. So it's super fast. I have tried to take screenshots of those for Let's Plays in the past, and it's like frame perfect. You know, I'm gonna actually do this. That's gonna be disabled if I reload Archie because it's not actually saving my game, it's saving my items. So I'll go ahead and watch this video just since
15 long years.
Normally I just click past it.
Prison. You get out. Do not meddle in things beyond your understanding. You will pay for your curiosity. You are in grave danger. They are so evil. Already some of your life essence has been stolen. I was too old, not fast enough. The Ixupi are so evil. It is imperative to find all the vessels, because it seems only when they are united with their talismans do they have any power. My plan was to use them on the Ixupi before any more of them escape into the world. I believe they cannot resist the vessel.
I mean, fair enough. I just figured
the talismans and you approach directly. This vessel here.
Maybe people will be interested in the story. It's silly.
One who robbed me of my essence, and he has escaped into the world, and they've ruined my museum.
Anyway, that's the guy whose body we saw over there. And there's a symbol on his pot that you later see which symbol that is. That pot there you don't actually do anything with. Okay. You do have the office elevator key, so I'll be able to just go this way and you do this puzzle and get inside. Hint for this is on the door, you see the diagonal symbol, so anytime you do an elevator puzzle, you're lining up the symbols diagonally. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Oh. Okay. Sometimes these are really easy off the top of my head, and sometimes they're... Okay. How are you? It's not diagonal, it's intercart. I'm gonna reset this puzzle because it's annoying me now. Okay, that's not gonna go down too, but that one will squeeze in there. Okay. Oh, you want to? Why are you being a jerk, game? Okay. Is this gonna be nice now? Yes. So normally in the game, every time you want to use the elevator, you have to do that puzzle again, and it gets gradually harder until it's a 6x6 grid. But Archie has a setting, so once you've solved it, it'll just stay solved, and you can just ride the elevator. In some ways, Archie is definitely spoiling me on this game, because it makes some of the hardest puzzles easier, and removes some stuff. Okay. This I don't think actually is a check, but I still check it just in case. This is a check because it has coordinates for a puzzle later. And I think that the Archie is designed that you're not supposed to... The puzzle's not in logic until you have access to the clue, but I have not actually figured out how they figure out the logic for some stuff in this. Tape recorder is another clue.
30th of September, 9.
That's basically his hint that he comes back and he sees that somebody's been in the museum and that the book that he was carrying when he died was in the wrong place and one of the pages was missing. And it's just kind of backstory stuff. Do I have the workshop key? I do not have the workshop key. So I can't go in this door. And normally the doors aren't locked unless there's a puzzle, but that's something that Archie added in just so that you don't just go and do all your checks at the start. I think Raz sent me crawling, so I could go under there. And I do have the key to the bedroom elevator. So this is a different elevator, so unfortunately I have to do the puzzle again, but... Usually these puzzles are breezy to me. I don't know why today it's like, oh, I'm struggling. Well, this is gonna be, that's, okay. Amusingly enough, the 5x5 one is the easiest because eventually, no matter how many paces they move, with 5 you're gonna line up somewhere eventually unless you don't have an arrow to push on that one. Also elevator music. This is usually a check I don't get till way late in the game because it's kind of a detour for just one check in this bedroom. And you need 3 keys to get to it. And this is kind of an obnoxious to read book. Like, the cursive handwriting is hard to read, but it has a clue to a puzzle. I haven't been reading what my checks are sending out, but... Oh, I sent my boots earlier. That's handy. There's so many windows, so trying to see chat and see Archie and have the game up is kind of a lot all of them. And there's one of the Exupies here. That's why there's you can hear him in the soot moving around, but there's also a musical cue. Every time you hear this song, it means that you're near one of the Exupi that you need to capture. And those are all progression checks. Okay, so now that we're actually in the museum, anywhere that you see one of these placards is a check. That's the setting that I turned on in Archie, because otherwise there's not a whole lot of checks in the game. And sometimes there's an item in here. There's not right now, but there could be an item there that someone just hasn't sent me yet, because the way that Archie's items are in this is kind of weird. Okay. I don't have the library key, but I have crawling, so I probably will just go and get that anyway. And there's a check in this desk. There's a brochure. This has a puzzle that you kind of have to do throughout the course of the game. I've just got this written down for later. That's kind of a long-term puzzle that takes a while to do. Okay, just looking at my keys here. I do have the prehistoric key, so I can go do that. Room. If I had the front door key, then this is where the front door is. To go back outside, I have no reason to go back outside now because I got all the checks out there, but I'll go and do this doorway because we already found the solution to this puzzle, which is in the Egypt book that we found. This is another one I just have handwritten notes so I don't have to keep going and looking at the book there. There's always this huge piece is always the worst one to have to move around. Okay. I can go there, this there. Yeah, it's the cardinal directions are in the book, toward the end of the book. And if you go up here, there's a note from one of the kids that went missing. That's another... It's not really a hint to anything, but it is a check. I guess it kind of hints where Beth's body is later, maybe, but it's not a puzzle solution. And then, I haven't actually seen the solution to this puzzle, but this puzzle is easy. So technically this might not be in logic, but... spell it Jeffrey on the wall. That opens this door. It might not technically be in logic, but I'm going to do the checks here just so I don't have to come up here later. Each of these change moves the clock a certain amount. The hint for the time is in the journal that we read. There actually is a puzzle piece there that I need to come pick up later. I actually have both pieces of that, but I can't get to the other piece yet. This is another video. This is another ghost.
Who are you?
This was Raz's character that he liked. This was the nerdy side girl, Beth. And you find out she was the one that released the monsters, and Rez was like heartbroken. Okay, you have to play B2 on this jukebox to turn on a puzzle later on.
This is the Anansi Spider Song. I liked this delightful melody so much that I had a music box made for...
And then this has a hint on this security camera. This is the only camera that has a hint on it. That's a check. Although if you're trying to solve the clock that we just did, you can also use it to see what the time on the clock is. Amusingly enough, the other piece of that pot is in the Anansi puzzle that we just did the first part to. And then since I have crawling, I can go through the one-way door here. Normally you can't go back that way, but you'd normally just be able to walk through doors so you're not in trouble. Let's see, generator key I don't have, so I'm not going to go all the way downstairs. But I will come here. This is a puzzle clue later on. And hang up if Bob answers. What a jerk. And I already have the hello there, welcome. So I do have the 3-floor elevator key, so I can do a lot from this hallway, but I'm going to come in the library first. So on this screen there are 4 checks. One of them is going to give me my library key, or another one is going to. That book, that book, that book. Which this is the one that tells you what all the pots are, but they're labeled in Archie, so I don't need to do that. And yeah, you're guaranteed to get your library key in the library if you somehow get there without it, because otherwise you'd be trapped if you didn't have the library key or the 3-floor elevator key. So just to make sure that you don't get stuck, they always make sure that one of the keys to get out of this area is in your world locally. So that way I can come through the elevator and the doorway here and go back to the main lobby. I'm still a little thrown off that I just started with so many keys, because normally I'll log into Shivers and just, okay, here's a couple of checks I can do. I'm not used to having half the keys for the museum when I start. Okay, I don't have the greenhouse or the ocean key, so I can't go further down this path. Here's the oil guy, everybody say hi. Sometimes there's a thing up here, there isn't today. And then there is a skull dial in the brochure. It tells you what color to set this skull to. This one is blue. So I will set that. And we'll check this plaque for the starfish. This one for the unicorn. And this one I always miss. This is one for the spider. I'm just looking at the Archie chat and I see Tay is playing Zelda 2 and I can see they did not turn on key sanity. I didn't do that last time, and it was kind of boring because it meant all my palace keys were in their palaces. Definitely recommend turning on key sanity. I do notice I have the oil pot at a place I can get to, so I could go do that because I have the elevator key. So I'm gonna go back this way. I also have no idea how many captures I need. I randomized it, so... Yeah, different puzzle this time. This time it's a 5x5, so... It's... Despite being a bigger puzzle, this one's actually easier. Because no matter how many times I flip this, eventually it's going to go to that space. And that's actually all the elevators I'll have to do. So I actually did not plan for this to be all Shivers all the time today, but that's kind of how it's going. Okay. So we can go in here. Okay. I don't have the UFO key. I do have the torture key, so I can do stuff there. This room's unfinished in the museum. I think that's kind of a fun touch. I think I never finished it. This puzzle is annoying, and I'm going to just pull up a picture of it because it's annoying. I know the people that speedrun this game have this memorized and like can tell at a glance like if it's going to be a good solution or a bad solution. And I'm sorry, no. It's not that it's a hard puzzle, it's just, I don't want to sit here and fiddle with it forever, so that's my solution, is just to not. And this is both the top and the bottom combined, so I don't even have to go hunt down pieces. Let's see, torture room is this way. So we might as well do these checks while we're up here. Eventually there's a puzzle here that we have to do, but we haven't unlocked that yet. This placard has the solution to the puzzle here. Put in how many inches the hangman is. Supposedly that he gave me a heal, but I don't actually see that my health got refilled. Not that healing is all that important in this game. You're never going to die from taking too much damage. I have tried to die in this game. You have to go out of your way to actually run out of hit points. You're not going to ever do it casually. Okay, we could take the elevator, but I'm just gonna go through these back hallways and go do another set of checks that I can do. There's this room back here. I hear Woodman over here. This puzzle can be annoying because invariably what's going to happen is I'm going to get right to the end and have one piece not facing the right direction. Because it always plays out that way. And now that I've said that, it's going to, just to be contrary, it's not going to do that. Well, maybe. Let's see. No, it was nice today. If you ever get it when it's like that, you can fix it, but it's just tedious. Here's the third ghost. This guy that's in this actually has seen one of my videos before and commented on it. Which is like my silly little claim to fame.
I'm one of them now, aren't I? Where is she? Is she still alive? Beth. He'll be after you too. They're everywhere. There's nowhere to hide. Find the black book. The black book.
Silly as the black book is not actually a puzzle solution, it's just lore. Okay, there is a puzzle solution here. The first fortune you do gives you a hint, and that's the first step of the final riddle. Speaking of Woodman here, I just got the leaf shield. Okay, I could go sneak in the back way of the Egypt room here. I always kind of struggle to find where this is. Nope, I found it on the first try. And this has another skull. We'll switch this one to green. Placard that I always miss, this placard. I have a feeling when I get to Soten, Soten's going to be kind of stacked because we've got a lot of items going around. This is where all the pots were originally too. You can come and see all the decorations, and I kind of wish you could put the pots there when you're done, but this plaque tells you to heed the words of the Sphinx. So if you come here,
The heretics that lay beyond have driven out.
he tells you to put the right names on these pillars. And they're also in that Egypt book that we found. So for whatever reason, that's like the most important book in the game. And now there can possibly be a pot piece in there, and then there's another plaque here to read. And this is a place you can find the Classic Soupy. I see ice traps going out. Alright, we have so we're actually almost BK'd now. I have one more room I can go to from here. And then without the shaman key. Oh, I didn't mean to click out of that puzzle. I have one more room and then I can go capture the oil guy. And then we're BK'd. Oh no, it was an ice trap! Jocelyn, why is it always 100 ice traps? I don't want to send you ice traps. Okay, plaque here. Plaque here. And there's a skull dial. This one we need to set to blue. So this isn't a puzzle solution, but here's where Merrick's body ended up. I don't think there's any puzzle solutions in his notebook. It's just lore stuff. And also he stole a jade skull out of the lobby and was carrying it with him, and there was a jade monster that attacked him. So he really kind of brought that on himself. You can't really blame anybody but him for carrying around the skull. Okay, there is kind of a tedious puzzle here. This one I have written down the solution for because I'm never going to memorize this. That's why I'm never going to have a speedrun record in this game. Because there's too many things like this. Like, nope, not going to memorize that. Not going to happen. I honestly think, like, this is probably the hardest puzzle in the game, other than maybe one other one, but ironically enough, they both use marbles. Okay, that is all that we can do, unless for some reason capturing the oil guy gives us something else to do in this game, and I don't think that it's going to do that, because I think it's going to be a check for somebody else. Like, the chances that this is going to be a key for me, that it's going to be something I can use immediately, is going to be very slim. Now, since I can't go through the Egypt door that we were just in, I have to come and take the elevator, but... Oh, and I don't think I looked at this before. There's the hint for the one door that we did. Honestly, getting oil out of the way is nice because later on, when we get the ocean key, that'll let us go and do the entirety of the basement and be able to get past where oil normally blocks. Which can sometimes be a bottleneck, and it's kind of nice that I won't have to go do that section of the game and then turn around and backtrack because I can't get past oil. So he's over here. Minor jump scare. At least that one runs a little slower. And that was a loot for Final Fantasy 1, so that's handy. But that is BK for Shivers, and that was kind of a big chunk of Shivers. That's how much of that did we get done? We already did half our checks in Shivers. Just because we started with so many keys. Oh! I don't think there was a pot in the gallows when I was there before. Did someone just send that to me? Like, I don't recall seeing one there when we were there before. I was seeing it here, but I swear I didn't see something there. But that means we're not BK'd, actually. We can go and grab the water pot. So let's come here and turn on this fountain. That'll give water the ability to be here, because we can't find the water guy in the lake where he attacked us before. He's only there for cutscene purposes, so that you take damage at the start of the game. And the only other place that I can get water I don't have access to, so. We'll go up to the 3rd floor and go to the gallows, and we'll grab that pot. I swear that there was not a pot there before when I was there. The tracker seems to disagree with me, so I may have just not been paying attention because I was not planning on doing that yet. Let's see, I think torture's this way. No, that's the wrong way. Torture's the other way. There's 2 doors in this room, and I always forget which one is the UFO room and which is the torture room. For whatever reason, I feel like that guy that laughs reminds me of, like, Enter Sandman from Metallica. I want to keep going, thank you. You know what it is? I didn't grab the water pot because I wanted to get the oil pot, so I wasn't even paying attention to other pots at the time. Yeah, somehow right now, Shivers is the most completed game in this Async. And that is so not the way that it normally goes. Normally, you're just waiting on keys or pots. Closer, so here's this jerk. That was a rod, so all my Exupi have been Final Fantasy stuff per Tay so far. But okay, now that is actually BK and Shivers. But 62 checks out of the way. I'm gonna call that good. So I think it's time to swap to a different game. So I'm just gonna do some behind the scenes stuff in the background here really quick. And where are we going? I think I'll do Mega Man 2. Soten's kind of got a lot I could do right at the start. Okay, here, there's all the items being sent to me in Mega Man. And sometimes, doesn't want to select the right. Windows. There we go. Alright, I already see I'm getting spells and Zelda and stuff while we're going here. Get that Lua window out of my way. Bubble Man and Flash Man to start with. Which Bubble Man doesn't have any checks, but we'll get him out of the way first. What weapons do I have? I don't think that I turned on the energy link thing that Erixia was talking about earlier. so not used to playing on not normal mode on this. To be fair, I didn't really curate my YAML specifically for this async because I was kind of last minute. So I just threw in what I already had. Somebody on the Limit Break async is doing Battle Network 6, which I don't know very much about the Battle Network games, but people there come up with some interesting stuff to play. Including the people that play Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm horrified by that one. I do want to get Mega Man 3 set up sometime, because I like 2, but I like 3 more. Oh, that was dumb. I probably have a bunch of lives, though. I don't have a bunch of lives, but I have a bunch of E-tanks, which does not save me from falling into a pit. The nice thing with Archie Async in Mega Man 2 is that all the energy tanks and stuff will just come back when I load the game again. I don't actually know. There's so many things in Mega Man 2 for other games where it's like I don't ever use certain weapons in certain places because I normally don't have them. Like, why would I ever use the leaf shield here? Well, I'll take it one up. Oh, I don't have to die to Bubble Man. I feel like dying to Bubble Man is kind of would be gamer card revoked. I don't think I have metal blades, but I've been doing this in Archie. I've been playing on difficult mode, which I don't normally play because I usually play normal. That's just the way that I learned the game. Yeah, there's just no checks until you actually beat Bubble Man in that whole stage. And I do appreciate that the get equipped screens have random colors and stuff. Flashman does have some checks, but I'm not sure if I can get all of them. Because I made the stage items into checks. So like that big health is not actually big health. It's gonna be an Archie item. It was a Keyblade for Kingdom Hearts. I don't have crash bombs, so I do think I can get this one up though, because I have the item 1. Can't go that way though. No, I wanted to try and go over. I actually forget where the drops are here, so we'll... Okay, that one I can't get. And I think I'm just gonna not get that one, because I'll have to go back for the other one later anyway. We'll just hop down and grab an ice trap, because of course it was an ice trap. I thought there would be less ice traps this Async. The answer was no, there will not be less. Okay. Oh, there's Raz's hammer. I know that's an important one. I don't think I have anything better than just the pea shooter for Flashman either. I don't care, I'm using an E-Tank. And we send out items that I don't know what they are. For StarCraft and Hollow Knight and Time Spinner. That is a color scheme. That is Trans Man. Hang on. That is, I'm saving that one before the color changes. Although that one's kind of also trans-colored, man. I'm posting this at Discord. That amuses me. Alright, so that is BK for Mega Man 2. So which game do I want to hop to now? I'm still figuring out OBS here, where I know I'm going to load it up and BizHawk's going to be the wrong window again, and I feel like there's a way that I can tweak that while not having that scene up to make it, you know, look a little more professional, but since when have I been professional? Let's see. I haven't actually got my Zelda 2 patch yet. I need to download that, so I think for the purposes of the most checks, okay, and I accidentally gave myself 2 Archie windows there. Let me fix that. Yeah, see, you are not loading the right window. You know what I think I can do maybe is put the sources on here, and then I can make sure they're aimed at the right thing, even if they're not visible to the audience. I'm not used to tweaking stuff on the fly like this, so I'm learning. I thought since I'm playing Zelda that this would be like a fun image to have as a swapping scenes image. Plus, Raz got a kick out of it because Ganon. Okay. Go away, Lua window. I don't want to see you. Have a save file, get rid of the save file, because that causes issues. And sometimes Archie's like, oh, there's a save file, so this isn't the right seed, and it's annoying. This is Love Weekend, so red love. Why not? And I'm sure I've got a lot of items already. Like, let me just peek here. How many items have I been sent already? 69. Nice. I've randomized colors. There go all my items. Randomized colors for Alucard here. So as far as I know, these wargs are the only enemy that's a check that you could potentially permanently miss. I have randomized music, so... Hey, I just sent my trophy to Zelda 2. This is my favorite song in the game right here. So with randomized music, the question is, what's going to get stuck with the song that plays in half the reverse castle? And what area is going to be the fairy song? Also, I don't know if Raz knows the secret to get into this room down here. Got both of those mermen. And then this door I have set so it should open after I do death. So that is a back way into the bottom area there. I have had seeds where that has been the only way to go to progress. Because my Jewel of Open was somewhere down there. Also, I have randomized drops on the enemies. Okay, now we'll see what we've actually got to equip, which is probably a lot. Well, I have a Ring of Varda, so the game is already over. I have a silver ring already, too. Crystal Cloak. A la carte mail has actually had some stats to it. The goggles actually do something. Well, I already have the a la carte sword and the shield rod. I have a library card, which I think is silly to have this at the start of the game like this. Yeah, what do I have? What relics do I have? Gravity boots. I did see that. Raz sent me the gravity boots, which I don't have the leap stone, so they're kind of nerfed, but it does mean I can't do it from midair, so I actually can't do it that way. So they're handy, but they're not the best thing. It just means that it does open up a bunch of checks. Oh, there's the projector room for Shivers. That opens a check. I'm honestly not sure if you have to go to this room to make sure that that puzzle gets opened or not. We got peanuts. And there's a StarCraft thing. I'm intrigued by the idea of... oh, I thought doing that would bring in the bloody zombie. I guess not. I'm intrigued at the idea of StarCraft and Archipelago. I played a bunch of StarCraft 1. I don't know StarCraft 2. So there's a part of me that's curious. And mouse cursor on the screen, I just realized. I'm a terrible streamer. There's an up slash. I'm pretty sure that Jocelyn will be happy with that. Happy enough to make up for some of the ice traps? I don't know. I keep trying to double jump because I'm like, I've got movement, but... I can go up here, which doesn't have a clock, but I can at least get an axe. Which will immediately be useful in the next room. If I aim right. Someone just sent me Heat Man. I'm probably not going to go do Heat Man right away. Oh, there's the UFO room. So that opens like 4 rooms that I can do in Shivers. Magic Rod. Oh, you know what I didn't even check was the sound levels for BizHawk, because I know that sound was too loud on other stuff, but it seems like it might be okay. I will admit there is some curiosity about the puzzle. Oh, I hope that Erixia is not playing the factory right now. More ice traps going out. Well, I hope that you enjoy your date. I have no idea what time it is for you, but it is 8 in the morning for me. I get up here? Yes. For an ice trap, of course. There's a whistle. I don't know what the whistle does in Final Fantasy IV. I don't have the Cube of Zoe, but I'm like reflexively still hitting all the candle. I feel like this song is a little underappreciated. I like this song quite a bit. You know, the Crystal Cloak mixed with this dark pillar is kind of a cool look. I will probably never actually use that door I opened up, but I opened it up anyway. Looks like I do have a hint for Metroid Prime, but it's in the reverse cavern, so it's not something I'm going to be getting to anytime soon. Oh, Heaven's Sword. Raz did not think that this was a neat idea when I showed it to him, but see, Raz, what you could do is have both of them. But since Raz doesn't want to use the Heaven's Sword, I will just use it twice as much. Yeah, I don't actually know anything about Metroid Prime. Oh! I just got Soul of Wolf. Where did that come from? I don't have that window pulled up. From Link's Awakening in the Bottle Grotto. Well, there's an ocarina button for Raz. Might be the opposite of Raz. If I remember right, I didn't randomize the librarian shop items, and Raz did, but I randomized the enemy drops, which is why I have a Heaven's Sword. Raz got a Heaven's Sword because his shop was randomized. So amusingly enough, this song reminds me of a song in Shivers that's in the bedroom. And it's mainly just like the intro part here does. Red Candle, I know Tay will enjoy that. A lot of times when I play the original Zelda, which I don't have in this Async, but I tend to notice that I get the red candle before I get the normal candle. But this is actually, I get the leap stone and don't get the gravity boots, or I get the gravity boots and don't get leap stone. And I actually got soft locked in one of my seeds because I went to the reverse castle and jumped down with where York is, and I couldn't get enough height to jump out of that area. So I didn't have bat form and I didn't have the double jump. Oh, it's good. It just feels weird when you don't have both because you can't get the height. That is like the third time I've seen myself get sent peanuts. And an apple. It's just that when I have the boots and not the stone, I still keep finding myself trying to chain the jumps. And I can be bad at doing that on a good day, so. And you know, I probably could have come and got this secret over here, and I just spaced that I had gravity boots. I could go and do the area that's above the rocks that you go through the ceiling for, but hello, another heaven sword. Oh, I love it. I could go that way, but I remember right, the little nook that actually has the check on it is kind of annoying to reach without the leap stone. You can do it, but you have to be like just right with the gravity boots. So I will save that for later. What's funny is this is a sword that I like, but I don't ever get it in a normal run because I don't feel like farming for it. Like it's a great drop, it's just in one room of the game. But that's part of why I like this game as an Archie, because you get some items that you never see. Alright, well, have fun with your date. I'm probably not going to be playing super much longer because I do have to sleep for work. I'm not sure how easy it is to get up here. I don't think I can actually get up there with just the boots. I will keep an eye out if I see anything neat. I honestly thought like I'm going to be doing this in the middle of the night and there's not going to be anybody else playing. There's actually quite a few people active right now. I'm not sure how many players we have in this Archie. We have a good selection of games. The best part of this Archie has been getting Raz to play so. Because he's just so charmed with the game, and I love it. I think a purple guy is Crystallis. This is the secret I taught Raz earlier. And I feel like part of the way through it he was thinking I was just trolling him because it takes so long. I might not be centered right. No. But then you get down here and for whatever reason when you do the elevator these items don't show. But... Ooh, the screw attack. You're welcome, Raz. I don't know why I'm going down there. There's nothing down there. Ooh. I know I can get that. If it'd been an ice trap after all that, I might have been a little sad. I do wonder if Raz is going to pull up this stream and watch it later. He was a very good inspiration to actually get around to doing this, because I wasn't sure if I was going to try and stream this RT or just play offline. I thought about playing just while I was watching his stream, and I thought, no, I'll stream too, but then I didn't want to stream while he was streaming. I didn't actually have anything set up in OBS. But thanks for your motivation, Raz. 2 hits. I think Raz thought that one of the doppelgangers uses your items you do, and they don't. But Raz, one fun thing that you can do if you have, I might not have it, because my items are randomized. I don't, but the second sword that you get in the game is the Red Rust. It's weaker than the first game you get, which is the sword, but you're guaranteed to get those 2, because the first 2 skeletons that you fight will drop them, because it's right after Death steals your stuff. And the Red Rust is a 2-handed weapon, but it's weaker than the sword, so you're like, why would I ever use this? But it curses the doppelganger if you use it. And it is the only use of that I know of. But there's your random trivia. So now I hope that Raz actually does watch this, because it'll be silly if he doesn't after I'm sitting here trying to teach him Woodman code. Personally, I think it would have been funnier if I'd have gotten the Woodman code from catching the wood guy in Shivers, which I've had happen before. I've also had the Metal Man access given from catching the metal guy in Shivers. Although I think my favorite was still when I found the Stitch summon for Kingdom Hearts in the UFO room. That was amusingly thematic. I can actually go through the clock tower frontwards, which is not something that I usually do. But with the gravity boots, I can do that. Astral cookie, that sounds delicious. Oh, I love this song. They added it to Vampire Survivors in the most recent update. Although I don't know if I like the remix more than the original. But it's still there. I appreciate more remixes of stuff being added in. Well, I already know that bronze cuirass is not good for Raz, because Raz has gotten like 30 of them because he has enemy drops set to like guaranteed drops. I think I may have boosted the drops on enemies, but they're random, but... Hey, I can go up the librarian's butt. Which is not an Archie item, but there's still an item there. Neutron bomb. I already know this is the thing that Raz probably doesn't know. Yeah, there's a health max up. That doesn't get shuffled in Archie. There's other items you can get if you sit here and do this. You don't have to do it consecutively, like you can hit the ground. but you have to do certain, get certain points in the game, or he drops more items. And for whatever reason, they didn't decide to randomize those in Archie. I don't know if they just couldn't be, or maybe they figured not enough people know that trick. Maybe they're just like, we don't want to put their ring move lad behind jumping against the librarian 100 times. Boy, when I start Zelda 2, I'm going to start with a bunch of levels on stuff. Oh, I can't hit that one with that. I do this though. No, I can get up there, game. Oh, it was an ice trap. I'm sorry, Jocelyn. Now let's go see what the librarian has. Besides the item I got from his butt. I'm interested in this.
Thank you.
It was arrows. I do have a really cheap duplicator, so I must have fixed that. Amusingly enough, I already have a silver ring. Chrysogrim for sale. Arcana.
Thank you. Farewell for now. What can I do for you?
I'm interested in...
Thank you. Thank you.
Why did Archie butts on me there? Okay, it's not just me. Somebody else is also having Archie issues. I'm gonna try going to the pin. Huh. Oh, looks like Archie just overall just crashed. That may just, we're gonna cut the stream short there.
Farewell for now.
That's okay, because I can go to the save room up here. So that's not necessarily the worst place to have Archie issues. I mean, I was only going to go for about 15 more minutes at the most anyway, so... It might be a silly thing, but I'm happy with my little, like, PlayStation icon I have on the stream layout down there. That I completely forgot that I had until I started digging through image files to grab my sprite and stuff. But... I think if I... Yeah, I think now we can keep the music there. I think I'll fiddle around with OBS, but I think I can make the swapping before games a little more professional looking. Now, my problem is I can't look up how many checks we have because the website's down. Because normally I would like fill that in so we know how much progress we're making, but can't do that because there's no page to look at. Hello, welcome, hope you've enjoyed. Sorry that it's getting cut short a little early, but tech is tech. This is a little different from what I usually do, but I'm having fun with it. Not the Archie, I've been doing Archie a lot through the last year, but the streaming and everything. But I think before the next stream I'll kind of fiddle with my OBS settings a little more so I can hop between games without showing on the screen some of the fiddling around. But welcome, glad you're enjoying. Oh, Chewy! It's good to hear from you. Aside from this, I've been doing my Let's Play of Hyrule Warriors, which is funny that you're from Alla's because that's how I met Alla, so that's funny. I feel like your name in Pokemon Go was kind of similar to this one. Like, I can see the connection, anyway. For anybody that's watching this that doesn't know, Chewy, when I played Animal Crossing, we were in a race to see who could get the blue roses first, and it was an adventure. I have a bunch of memes and stuff saved somewhere from back then. I just eyeballing the website to see if it will load again. It looks like it's still down. That's the only downside to Archie, is that you do get kind of limited by things sometimes. So we didn't even start half of our games. We've still got 3 games that I haven't even begun. I still got Circle of the Moon, I've got Zelda 2, and I got Super Mario World that I haven't even started yet. And I know that I've got some good items for Zelda 2 already. I have no idea how my Mario World stats look. Mario World I'll probably die a bunch because it's going to be randomized levels, and I'm probably going to get stuck with some really hard levels while I don't have power-ups or something silly. But that's it for me now. I'm going to go ahead and head to bed. I'll probably stream some of this tomorrow night around the same time when I get off work. And we may have a bunch of new stuff then, if Archie's back up. I guess if Archie doesn't come up before then, maybe I won't. But hopefully everything's up again tomorrow night and we can continue this. But until next time, this has been Red Silvers. Have yourself a great night.